Hello, and welcome to the History and Genealogy Department's presentation of exploringfamilysearch.org. Let's start with some general information about Family Search. Family Search is a nonprofit organization. It is operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or the LDS Church. FamilySearch.org contains the digitized records of the Family History Library, now called the Family Search Library, in Salt Lake City. The Family History Library was established in 1894 as the Genealogical Society of Utah. It maintains a collection of records and resources to help people learn more about their family history, as well as to facilitate LDS ordinances for deceased relatives of their members. There is free access with user account registration, and they offer personal assistance by volunteers at over 5,100 family history centers all over the world. The records database contains around 5 billion digital images, and there are over 1.2 billion individuals in the shared family tree. For those of you who have been doing genealogy for a while, you may remember requesting film from Family Search, but now much of that has been digitized and can be accessed on FamilySearch.org. The St. Louis County Library is a library affiliate, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that means later. So why do you want to use Family Search? Well, it's free, and it has the most records of any other genealogy database. What's the difference between FamilySearch.org and Ancestry.com? Well, Family Search is free. Ancestry is a subscription service, although you can use Ancestry Library Edition for free at any St. Louis County Library branch. There was a joint agreement in 2013 between the two to digitize and index more than 1 billion records, so you will find a lot of the same records on both sites. You will get more search results by name with Ancestry.com due to the fact that all of the records are indexed and searchable. And there's also a difference between the family trees. On FamilySearch.org, there is one big shared family tree, and on Ancestry.com, you'll see individual trees that the users have chosen to make public. We recommend using both of these databases. So how are you going to access Family Search? Very easy. Go to FamilySearch.org. We also have a link to Family Search on our website. So you'd go to slcl.org, click on Research and Learn, and then on History and Genealogy, and then on Online Research. And then we have a list of resources, A to Z, all in alphabetical order. You'll just find Family Search and go ahead and click there. You do, however, have to have your own account in order to view the records on Family Search. So you'd want to create an account here, or if you already have one, you would sign in here. This is what the sign-in page looks like. So you'll have a username and a password. And then this is what the homepage looks like when you're logged in, and you'll know that you're logged in because you'll see your name here in the upper right corner. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the things that you can do when you're in your Family Search account. So we're going to focus on the icons over in the upper left, starting with this map pin right here. If you click on that, it will take you to a map that shows all of the Family Search centers and Family Search affiliate libraries. If you click on the globe, it will allow you to change the language on the website if you wanted to do that. If you click on the question mark, that is a help box, so you can start typing in a help question. There is a message icon, and this allows you to connect with others working possibly on your same family lines. There's a notification bell. So if you click that, you can see your notifications from Family Search. It looks like we have some notifications about Roots Tech, which we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then you also have what's called a source box. So if you click on your name here, you'll have a drop-down menu and you'll see source box. And that is a place where you can store documents if you'd like. If you're an Ancestry user, this is similar to your shoebox. So it's just a place that allows you to save records. All right, so now I want to talk about the tabs that are over to the left, and we're going to start with the Activities tab, and that's right here. So if you click there, you'll see a drop-down menu, and it gives you some options for some different activities. These are great activities to do with different generations of your family to kind of get everyone involved in family history. I want to pay special mention to this one right here, Famous Relatives. If you have a family tree on Family Search and you have at least 4 generations, I believe it is, they will start to match you with famous people who you may be related to. So that's kind of fun. The next tab over is the Get Involved tab. So this is for those of you who may be interested in participating in indexing projects. So it has a drop-down menu. If you click here on indexing, it will take you to the indexing page where you'll click on Find a Project. It will then let you know what indexing projects are ongoing, and you can volunteer to work on those. So if you like to read old documents and decipher the writing and transcribe those, that is what you would be doing on an indexing project. The Memories tab is right here. So if we click on Memories and we click on Overview, basically what the Memories portion of the website is a place where you can upload different types of media, including photos and documents, and then others can also find those things by searching for them. So this is a little different from the source box because it is public. So if you uploaded a picture of your ancestor and there was a name attached to it, someone else could search for that name and find that picture. Okay, the search tab is what I'm going to spend the most time talking about, and that's right here. So if you click on the search tab, you'll see the drop down, and we're going to talk about each one of those, starting with records. So if you click on records, you'll be taken to a search page with some search boxes that says search historical records. If you search from here, this is similar to an Ancestry.com all categories search. You can have access to more options here. You'll have more boxes that you can fill in, but I'm kind of a less is more searcher. So I'm just going to go to the original search page and I'm going to search for an ancestor by the name of Carl Braun. He was born in around 1918. I'm going to go ahead and put place St. Louis because I believe he was born and lived his whole life in St. Louis. You'll want to start typing the place into that place box and go ahead and choose from the options that it gives you. Okay, so here are my results, and I do think that a couple of these are him. This first one looks like it is definitely him. So if I click on his name, it will give me sort of a pop out to the right side. And if I want to view more about that record, I'm going to click on View Record. Now it's going to take me to a page that, again, if you're an Ancestry user, is going to look pretty similar to an Ancestry page. You'll have the transcription of the record down the center. You'll have some similar records on Ancestry. They call it suggested records. On Family Search, it's similar records here down the right side. And then you'll have source information for citations on the left side. And then you can view the original document here, which of course you always want to do. So there's our original document. We can, of course, zoom in and out. We can page through and all of that. We can also print and download these records as well. If this particular record has an image index, you'll see that at the bottom, and that is where you'll see a transcribed version of all of those names on the index. All right, so going back to this page, we also see where we can save this. That will save it to the source box. Something that's a little different with Family Search than maybe some other sites, though, is and there's the Save to Source box. Something that's a little different, though, is this button in the middle, which is Edit. So you can actually edit this record if you feel the transcription is incorrect. So if you click on Edit, you can change the name, the date, the place, the birthplace, any of those items. All right, so now let's go to images. So this is going to be a section of the website where if you click here, you'll be taken to a search box for place. It says Explore Historical Images. So you could put in a place here and see all of the records that Family Search has for that particular place. I think that this functions very much like the catalog does, and we're going to get to the catalog in just a bit, and I prefer to use the catalog. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the catalog, but you do have this option to search this way as well. This is not a name search. This is just to see what records they have for places. Again, similar to the catalog, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the catalog. Okay, so you see here they have genealogies. So if you click on genealogies, you'll be taken to a page where you can search by name, just like you can for a record. But I want to scroll down here and show you what this data set is. So this is a collection of family trees that Family Search has either taken over or partnered with. So if you see the first one here, it says mytrees.com. It says a closed collection of family trees created by users at mytrees.com before 2020. So basically you're searching different family tree databases that Family Search now has. These are great for when you've hit a brick wall. You want to see if somebody else out there knows more than you do. But as with all family trees, you want to take them with a grain of salt because they are someone else's work and you want to make sure that there is documentation. Okay, the next one that I want to talk about is books. Family Search has a fantastic digital library. So they are in the process of digitizing any books that are out of copyright that can be digitized. And they are searchable on FamilySearch.org. So you can start typing in a topic or a title, and it will have the digitized books on Family Search. So definitely take advantage of that if you're maybe looking for a family history book or a book on maybe a particular county in a particular state. If there's a book that you're looking for that your local library doesn't have, I would definitely recommend checking to see if it has been digitized by Family Search or by someone else. All right, the catalog. This is, and I have a star here because this is the sort of the secret weapon of Family Search. So those of you who have used this before, you may have searched by name, but you may not have realized that you can search in the catalog. So let's talk a bit about that. The catalog is important because not all records in Family Search are indexed or will show up in a general search on a name. So you may need to look for the records, not the name. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. So this is the catalog page, and it allows you to choose place, surnames, titles, author, subjects, keywords. We're going to look at a few examples of those. Starting with the place search. So the default is a place search. This is used very often. If you find out that you have ancestors in a place that you were not aware of before, we're going to use the example of Marion County, Georgia. And we want to see, well, what kind of records are out there for Marion County, Georgia, that we may be able to find our ancestor in. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to start typing in Marion. Again, we always want it to give us these autofill selections here. And so we're going to type that in. We're going to choose the correct one, Marion County, Georgia. Remember, a lot of genealogy records are kept at the county level. So starting with the county is always a good bet. Again, we want to let it autofill those choices. Another thing is that this is great for other countries. So I'm using a county example here, but if you have ancestors that you find out are from, say, a particular town in Germany, you can put in that town, same thing, you can see what records are available. So another thing that you might want to do here is change the availability status. The default is any, but you might want to change to online. Because online will be ones that you can see on familysearch.org. Any will be anything that is at the Family History Library. And if you're not planning on taking a research trip to Salt Lake City in the near future, you might want to change that to online. So we hit search, and what we're going to get are a list of different record types that they have for Marion County, Georgia. According to sort of subject. So let's say we wanted to find out if our ancestor owned any land or property there. So we see that there is a subject heading for land and property. So if we click there, it'll open up and show us the 4 record types that it has for land and property. So let's say we wanted to look at the deed and mortgage records and index from 1845 to 1965. So we'd click on that. We'll be taken to that page. And what we're going to want to do is scroll down until we start seeing the records and we see these cameras. So the cameras are going to be the key. So say we wanted to look at this Grantors Index, A to Z, 1845 to 1949. Grantors are the sellers, grantees are going to be the buyers. We do see that there's a camera over here for this database. So we are going to click on that camera. That means that those records have been digitized. And we are taken to the pictures of the records. This was digitized from microfilm. So what we can do is we can click on one of those records, and there we go. Actually, we're in the index, but we can use the index in order to, see if our ancestor is found there and then go and actually find the record. So we can't actually search those records by name, but we can browse through them. So that's going to be the next best thing. And you will often find, like in the case that we just saw, where there is an index within the records, and that's always helpful. So another way that I often search is a keyword search. So we do a lot of lookups in St. Louis County or St. Louis City and St. Louis County marriage records. So I like to find these records by using the keywords just because I know where they are, and I know that's the easiest way for me to find them. So in keywords, I'm going to put St. Louis marriages. Again, you will have to change it to keywords because place is the default. St. Louis marriages. And then I'm taken to a list of different records that have those keywords. And I just happen to know from doing this all the time that this one right here, marriage records of St. Louis and St. Louis County, 1806 to 1965, is the particular set of records that we want. So this may involve a little bit of trial and error for you, depending on what you're looking for. And I do want to mention that if you are doing St. Louis research, the name of this particular set is a bit deceiving. It says marriage records of St. Louis and St. Louis County, but it is only everything up until the split. And then from the split up until 1965, it is just St. Louis City. So these are where you would find the St. Louis City marriage records. So I'm going to click there. Again, I'm at the page and I'm going to want to scroll down and I see the cameras. So if I wanted to look at the index, these are arranged males and females, different letters of the alphabet, different years. And then if you were to go down further on the page, you would actually see the option to see the actual licenses, but you would want to start with the indexes. But we do have the camera, so we can click on that camera. And then we can view these records. If we click on this one right here, we have the index right there, and it's in alphabetical order. All right. Another way that we will often search is by film number. So sometimes you will be given a film number, or we actually have some indexes on our website that give people the film numbers that they're needing. So you can change this to film, fiche, or image group number, and you can go ahead and put in a film number. So in this case, this film number is for one of the St. Louis Catholic churches. It's St. Patrick, and we do have all of the St. Louis Archdiocese churches on our website with their family search numbers, so they're easy to access that way. So if I scroll down, I see that we have different types of records, baptisms, marriages, and deaths. And say I wanted to look at the first one, I see the camera, so that's great. I know that I'm going to be able to see the images. But also note that on this one, it says item 6. So these baptisms are not going to be the first item on the film. So if I go ahead and go to the film, I noticed that there is a black box that says 1. So this is going to be item 1, and we know that we want item 6. So I'm going to scroll down all of these images until I find item 6. And then if I click, I see that there are baptisms there. So just pay attention to possible item numbers so that you don't have to browse through, hundreds of pages. All right, here's some other information, some other icons that you might see when using the Family Search catalog. So if you do not switch to just online sources, you may see a call number. So you may have stumbled upon something that is a book that is located in Salt Lake City. Sometimes you'll see, when looking for a particular record, a film strip where you usually see a camera. So what that means is that this film has not been digitized yet, either because they haven't gotten to it or maybe they don't have permission to digitize it and put the images up in FamilySearch.org. So that film would be available at the Family History Library in Salt Lake City. Sometimes you'll see a camera, but you'll see a key above it. And if you were to click there, you would go to the page where you would normally see the images, but you'll just have blank boxes and you'll have a message. And in this case, the message says, to view these images, do one of the following. Access the site at a family history center. So Family Search has different permissions for different types of records that they've been able to get from the owners of the records. So the levels of access are as follows. If you are just using the site at home and you're wanting to look at some records and you have that camera, then you have the ability to just view those records at home. Sometimes you'll have a key above it, and it'll say you have to be in an affiliate library. If you see that, you can come into any St. Louis County Library branch. Family Search will recognize the IP address where you are, and you'll be able to view those because we are an affiliate library. Sometimes you'll see a message like the one that we saw here, where it says you have to be in a family history center. So that's when you want to go to that map on the beginning page and see if there is one near you, because you would have to go in and view the records there. In St. Louis, there are 2 family history centers in our area. You might also see a message where it says you have to be an LDS member. So those you would not be able to view. I believe you would need to be in Salt Lake City in order to view those. All right, another thing that you might see is a magnifying glass next to the camera. And this is always a good sign because what this means is that some or all of this particular set of records has been indexed. So you can actually search it by name. So again, always a good sign, saves you from doing all of that browsing. Something else you might see is you're looking for a particular record and you see here it says, so this was a search for New Orleans marriages, but I get this little message here that says Louisiana parish marriages are available online, click here. So when I click there, I'm taken to a larger set of records that's Louisiana parish marriages, of which what I'm looking for is a part of. So you can actually search this whole set of records. So that's another thing that you might see. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Research Wiki. So that's down here at the bottom of the search menu. If you click on that, you'll be taken to a page with a map. And this is great for if you are starting to research a new place. So as an example, we'll use Mexico. So say you just found out you have an ancestor from Mexico. You can click on North America, you can click on Mexico, or you can put Mexico in the search bar here. But if you click on Mexico genealogy, you'll be taken to a page where you have all kinds of great information about how to research in Mexico. If you scroll down, you'll find getting started guides, reading Spanish, all kinds of things like that. Mexico online genealogy records button. If you keep scrolling down, you'll actually see jurisdictions where you could click on a particular area in Mexico and get more information about that. If you keep scrolling down, you'll actually get links to click on to find records in Mexico. So this Family Search Wiki, again, is a great tool for if you're just starting out with a new place. You don't actually have to be logged into Family Search in order to use the Family Search Wiki. If you just Google search a place, we'll use Butler County, Pennsylvania as an example. And if you follow it up with the word genealogy, it will usually give you as the first option, the Family Search Wiki page. So in this case, we have, information about Butler County, Pennsylvania. We find that we get the address for the courthouse. If we scroll down, have information about when record keeping started in Butler County, information about record loss and boundary changes. If we keep scrolling down, we get links to Pennsylvania records. So this is a very good tool, and I would definitely recommend utilizing it. So let's talk a little bit about the family tree. I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is, individual to each person. But if you click on family tree here, and you can, choose to have a tree or not have a tree. But if you click on family tree, most of the time, people are starting out with this by searching for their ancestors on the tree. So if you wanted to find an ancestor in the tree, see if there are people who know more than you do, see if they have the family back further, then you would want to click on Find. You'll have the same type of search box. Notice that it is reiterated that this is a shared family tree. Information people add about deceased ancestors is available to anyone who searches our tree. That is the beauty of teamwork. We might have discoveries already waiting for you, is what they say there. So we're going to use an example of Lucy Childs. She was born around 1850, possibly born in or living in New Jersey. So we're going to see what we get with that. And this one actually here looks like it is her, born in 1849 in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. So if we click on her name, we come to an information page, and it is actually going to be the detail page. That's going to be where they take us. Notice that you can edit this. So if you click on the little pencil there, it will let you edit different parts of her record there. And you'll also notice that at the bottom, it says see all changes, and it says last changed by, whoever it is. So you can see when people are changing this. And if you change it, people will be able to see that as well. All right. The nice thing is you can click on sources, and you can see all 18 sources that people have attached, because you always want to make sure that the information that you see is accurate. And usually that involves having the correct sources associated with the ancestor. And then if you want to view her in the tree, you can click there. There she is in the tree. And the nice thing is if you had something to add to this, you could. So it looks like her husband's grandparents right here are not listed. So you could go ahead and add those if that was something that you knew and others didn't. So if you click on tree here, that's where you're going to see your tree and start creating your tree. So if that's something that you want to do, you'll click there on tree. You can also click here on my contributions. That will take you to your parts of the larger shared family tree. One nice feature that Family Search has, and Ancestry has this now as well, is they allow you to print out your tree in a very nice fan chart. So if you do build a tree there, this is great for if you want to print it out and take it to show other family members. All right, I want to mention a little bit about RootsTech. So RootsTech is an online conference that Family Search sponsors every year. It is actually in person also in Salt Lake City if you wanted to go there, but it is also online, and it is free. You do have to have a Family Search account, and then you can sign up for it, and then you can watch all of the presentations that they have. And it does say here towards the bottom that there are over 200 online sessions for you to view. So this is a great way, if you're just starting, to learn a whole lot more about genealogy, or if you have been doing this for a while, to sort of hone, some of your skills in maybe some particular areas. And a few final thoughts on FamilySearch.org. It is free to use with an account. Again, just sort of wrapping up, which is nice. You can store records. You can add to the tree. You can use Family Search to find specific records that you can't find anywhere else using the catalog. And it's a great companion to Ancestry.com, which is why we recommend using both. Good luck with your family history searching. And if you'd like to contact us, if you have any questions, you can always do so at genealogy@slcl.org, or by giving us a call at 314-994-3300. And thank you for watching.